We were the data science team, Intelligent Innovators, and this is our website.
Hello, everybody. Like my teammate said, we are the Intelligent Innovators, and today we're presenting our EDA on world happiness. The target of this EDA is to draw conclusions about the factors that lead to happiness in various regions across the globe. The information and visualizations provided are based on the World Happiness Dataset as of 2021. This will be done through the use of comprehensive charts, visuals, tables, and maps that will paint an overall picture of the given dataset. We did provide a list of features for some information and definitions that you guys might need. A main one I would say you guys need to know is the ladder score. Ladder score is a country's average happiness score that they have, but the rest are very simple to understand.
In the data and cleaning section, this is the section wherein we eliminate columns that have values that we can't really do anything with, like NA values or irrelevant information. And upon reviewing the value counts and determining how valuable certain features would be compared to others, we decided that the columns standard error of ladder score, upper whisker, lower whisker, and all of the explained by columns, such as explained by log GDP per capita, weren't relevant to our visualizations, so we decided to eliminate them. The regional map serves as a key for the rest of the website. The map shows how countries were divided into different regions during data collection and which colors represent those regions.
So this is our first scatter plot, healthy life expectancy versus ladder score, which is a visualization that shows a positive, medium, strong correlation. And in general, what that means is that the higher the healthy life expectancy, the higher the ladder score and the happier the general country is. However, there are a couple of outliers. If you look at the right side of the graph, for example, the orange and the blue dot, where there's a high healthy life expectancy, but a relatively lower ladder score.
From the scatter plot on GDP and life expectancy, it is illustrated that sub-Saharan African countries tend to have a lower healthy life expectancy and log GDP per capita, whereas Western European countries predominantly have the highest. And there is a positive correlation between the healthy life expectancy and the log GDP per capita of regions. And for the scatter matrix, we can see that there is a positive trend for all of the graphs, indicating that healthy life expectancy, ladder score, and log GDP per capita depend on one another.
This correlation heat map, it shows how each of the different categories relate to one another. There are two types of correlations, positive and negative. A positive correlation represents a proportional relationship, while a negative correlation represents an inversely proportional relationship. Two categories with a strong positive correlation will show a 1 in the box where those categories overlap. Categories with a weak correlation will show a 0 or values close to 0 in the box, and categories with a strong negative correlation will show a -1. An important row to focus on is the ladder score. It is apparent that there is a high correlation of happiness between log to GDP per capita, social support, healthy life expectancy, and freedom to make choices, as these all have correlation scores of around 0.7. Generosity, however, has a correlation score of -0.018. This is the closest score to 0 on the heat map, and it shows that generosity has a very low correlation with ladder score.
And here are bar graphs. This is kind of like one variation, the error bar graph, which shows the average log GDP per capita by region with standard deviation and errors on it. So this one showcases in which range the majority of the average log GDP per capita by region is. So for example, North America and ANZ has the smallest variation of only 0.16 among all the regions, with 68% of the data logged GPA being around 10.8, while Southeast Asia has the largest variation of close to almost 1, with 68% of its data being around 9.4.
This variation of the bar graph is more plain. It compares the average healthy life expectancy for each region. In general, the average healthy life expectancy for all the regions provided have an approximate range of 50 to 80 years The maximum average regional life expectancy is about 73 years in Western Europe and the Western Europe region, and the minimum average regional life expectancy is about 56 years in the sub-Saharan African region. This is the average generosity for each region with the standard deviation and errors. The average generosity can vary a bit below 0 to a bit above 0 for each region. However, the variety within each region, except for North America, is very different, as majority of the data is way above 0. The majority of the data from all the other regions has a greater range that extends to both negative and positive generosity.
From this pie chart on average social support per region, it is demonstrated that North America and ANZ and Western Europe have the highest levels of social support, whereas South Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa have the lowest levels of social support compared to other regions.
To continue our EDA visualizations, we provided the distribution of the given ladder score in estimated countries, with the conclusion that North America, Western Europe, and Australia and New Zealand are among the happiest regions. Countries with the lowest ladder score are generally found in Africa, while with a low to moderate ladder score are generally found in Asia and Africa.
The social support world map shows that countries with the highest social support were generally found on 3 continents: Europe, North America, and South America. However, they're also present in Asia and Australia and New Zealand. Countries with highest social support are also indicated to have higher ladder scores.
This violin plot shows the perceptions of corruption in different areas. Western Europe has a wide range of perceptions along with North America. These are the areas in which people feel most secure. So to sum it all up, based on the exploration performed, we can conclude a few things. It is evident that countries with a higher GDP per capita tend to have higher healthy life expectancies and ladder scores. However, the data does not suggest that higher GDP per capita correlates to increased levels of generosity within a nation. Citizens with more freedom to make life choices generally have fewer perceptions of corruption. Furthermore, Western Europe and North America and ANZ are the happiest regions from their continuous reminiscence in key categories, including social support and healthy life expectancy. When analyzing data based on regional indicators, it's important to consider region sizes. Sub-Saharan Africa accounted for nearly a quarter of all analyzed countries, while North America and ANZ accounted for under 5%.
That was our presentation. We would have loved to share all the graphs with you guys, but we didn't have much time. So we picked our favorites. And thanks for listening.